Once upon a time in a cozy little town, a fluffy orange kitten named Marmalade lived with a kind old lady named Mrs. Hargrove. Marmalade was known for his mischievous antics, but one day, he discovered something truly extraordinary, a tiny door at the back of the garden shed. Curiosity piqued, Marmalade squeezed through the door and found himself in a vibrant world filled with talking animals and candy-colored trees. There, he met a wise tortoise named Tilly, who revealed that the door only opened once every 100 years. Marmalade was thrilled but worried about getting back home before dinner. Just as he decided to leave, a frantic rabbit named Benny burst onto the scene, crying that the rainbow gem, which kept their world bright, had gone missing. Marmalade, feeling brave, volunteered to help. Together, they followed a trail of sparkles leading them to a sneaky raccoon named Riff, who had taken the gem to make his den more fabulous. In a twist of fate, Marmalade tricked Riff into returning the gem by offering him a shiny button from Mrs. Hargrove's sewing kit. The animals cheered, and as Marmalade slipped back through the tiny door, he realized that adventure is always just a whisker away.
At 6:17 a.m., a stray dog named Bruno pressed a pedestrian crossing button. Cars stopped, people stared, phones came out. He crossed calmly and waited by a bakery. Soon, Bruno went viral, guiding a lost child to safety and pulling a smoking power bank off a bus. The world called him the smartest dog alive. Then he vanished. Days later, his GPS pinged in an abandoned tunnel. Rescuers found him guarding a cat and her kittens. On his collar was a faded date, the day a shelter burned down and a hero escaped. The internet called him the smartest dog alive. Then one rainy night, Bruno vanished. Days later, his GPS pinged from an abandoned subway. Rescuers found him protecting a cat and her newborn kittens. On his collar, a faded date, the day a shelter burned down, and a hero escaped.
In a bustling city lived Pip, a tiny white rat with big curious eyes and a love for adventure. His favorite place was the local bakery, where one day he discovered a mysterious golden key hidden beneath a flour sack. Curious, Pip searched the city for what it might unlock, asking fellow critters with no success until a wise old tortoise spoke of a hidden treasure in an abandoned building. Following the clues, Pip found a rusty door and used the key to open a dazzling room of gems and treats. Suddenly, the room collapsed. It was a trap. Pip escaped just in time with a glowing gem, which he discovered could create endless pastries. Pip became the bakery's hero, spreading joy across the city.
Once upon a time in a cozy little town, a fluffy orange cat named Whiskers lived with his elderly owner, Mrs. Thompson. Whiskers was no ordinary cat. He had a peculiar talent for solving puzzles. Every day, he would sit by the window, watching the neighborhood kids play while unraveling the mysteries of their games. One sunny afternoon, the kids discovered a treasure map hidden in the park. They were thrilled and rushed to Whiskers for help. With a flick of his tail, Whiskers inspected the map, his golden eyes sparkling with excitement. He led the kids on a wild adventure, darting through backyards and climbing trees, but they never found the treasure. Just when they were about to give up, Whiskers stopped at an old oak tree and began to scratch at the bark. The kids gasped as they uncovered a hidden compartment filled with shiny coins and jewels, but as they celebrated, a shadow loomed overhead. It was the town's grumpy old man, Mr. Grumble, who claimed the treasure was his. Just then, Whiskers meowed loudly, revealing a secret message hidden in the coins. It read, "Share the treasure." The kids and Mr. Grumble looked at each other, and a surprising friendship blossomed that day.